take the White House back, issue all of these pro-crypto executive orders, no CBDC, we're getting a Bitcoin strategic reserve, he freed Ross, but most importantly, there is specific verbiage in the executive orders, and that verbiage was digital asset stockpile. Digital asset stockpile. And along with that, we saw Hester Peirce and Mark Ueda, who are both pro-crypto, essentially take over the SEC, while Paul Atkins will be coming into chair, David Sachs, CryptoZar. So we've got a lot of bullish stuff happening. But the issue with the particular language in the executive orders did not indicate Bitcoin in any way, shape, or form. And people are really upset about it. So we're going to talk about XRP versus Bitcoin, XRP Army, Bitcoin Maxis, Litecoin, and kind of everything that's happened in like the last 24 hours, because it's a lot to catch up on. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm WendyO. I talk everything crypto every day. To get more, make sure you subscribe to the channel with all alerts set. Smash the like, please, because it helps me. It pushes this information out. And I give a lot of unbiased information, and I put out news faster than probably anyone in crypto. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through exactly what happened. And some people might get mad during the stream, but that's okay. I still will showcase you decency. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. And the fact that we actually might have difference of opinions, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. So listen up and drop me comments. So first things first, very exciting news for Litecoin, Solana, and XRP. Grayscale and CoinShares filed for a tracking XRP Litecoin Grayscale and CoinShares, they filed for XRP, Litecoin, and Solana kind of trusts. And I am live. We're live, John. We're live, John. No, I've been up for a while. I have both kids with me. They're being hot messes. Okay, so they went ahead and filed for some more traditional financial products for crypto. So CoinShare filed for a Litecoin ETF and an XRP ETF, which is amazing. And we also know that we have a lot more people that have filed for XRP ETFs. I feel like it's 5 or 6 now. I'm very confident we're going to get a Solana ETF and a XRP ETF this cycle in 2025. Very confident that, just don't know when. Again, we have to kind of wait for Hester and for the SEC and CFTC and kind of for everybody to come into office and really get things going. So just be patient with that. Next, Grayscale, and this is important. Grayscale filed for a Litecoin trust and a Solana trust. And the reason why they filed it that way is because they essentially want to convert these to Bitcoin or to spot ETFs in the future. And they kind of did that before in the past. So it's looking likely we're going to get these 3 ETFs. So if you are not part of these communities, you might want to consider checking those out because it's very important. Now, let's go ahead and talk about all of the drama with the, shout out to Jack, he's new. Become a channel member. I give you guys special shout outs, just like I gave Mr. John Germain, who's been with me forever. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into XRP versus Bitcoin and what is happening. Bitcoin maxis are mad at Trump. They're mad at everything that's happened because they thought they were getting a Bitcoin strategic reserve now. And that's not the case. So what's actually happening with Bitcoin strategic reserve before we get into what's happening with XRP? Okay, so the Bitcoin strategic reserve is something that's going to take a long time, not necessarily a long time, but you have to pass bills and then they become acts, I believe. And it takes a long time to essentially push forward. We have Cynthia Loomis. Cynthia Loomis is she is from Wyoming, and she is in the Senate. And she just became part of the banking subcommittee, which is immensely important because we know that she is bullish on crypto. We know that she's bullish primarily on Bitcoin, and she introduced a Bitcoin strategic reserve bill or Bitcoin strategic act that would essentially allow the federal government to kind of stockpile Bitcoin, which is good, positive, because we will hold X amount of Bitcoin. We'll kind of do the same thing Michael Saylor's doing, taking out collateralized loans, etc., to kind of help pay back the debt. Absolutely love it. And we also have Dennis Porter, who currently got 11 states to create Bitcoin strategic reserves on the state level. So we have somebody from that's going to do it on a federal level, and we have somebody that's working on the states level. We've got 11 states currently that are interested, and we have somebody on a Fed level. So Bitcoin maxis should literally have no reason to be mad. But they're mad. And the reason why they're mad is because Bitcoin, the term Bitcoin, was not indicated in any of the Trump executive orders. And Trump also did promise for a Bitcoin strategic reserve, which we're getting on. We're working on it. But at the same time, it can't just happen overnight because they have to deal with the Fed and they have to deal with all of these different caveats. It's a lot of work. Make sure you guys smash a like. Now, Jack Mallers, I think he's from, was he from Stripe? I forget what he's from. Bitcoin maxis don't really care for me. XRP people are mad at me on TikTok because I gave my opinion about XRP, which I'll do that again. So stick around. Hold on. So Jack Mallers made a claim that XRP has been lobbying against a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So basically, these are accusations that Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple is telling the US public servants and the government, no, we don't want a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There's actually no evidence of that though. None at all. And every single post I've seen on X with all the Bitcoin maxis, I'm asking, where's the source? Where's the source? Where's the source? I want to know the source, because if that's true, then that's not okay for Ripple to do that. However, what they've been doing is a lot of the Bitcoin maxis, they've been showing evidence about how Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen have been essentially working against crypto. Okay. So some of the evidence that they've posted, which again, is not really even evidence, it's just different points. Larsen donated $10+ million to VP Harris. And I spoke out about that. I was pissed for you guys because retail has really been the ones that have been negatively impacted by the previous administration, the anti-crypto army. So the fact that they donated that Larsen donated that money to Harris pissed people off, and it's not okay. Not okay at all. But they did it as a hedge, and they did it as diplomacy. To be diplomatic. They did it so that they could essentially, just in case she won, that they would have a seat at the table. Okay? But also, Ripple donated money to President Trump's inauguration. So keep that in mind too. Also, we do know that there have been old tweets that have been pulled up from Brad Garlinghouse that Garlinghouse is anti-Bitcoin mining. Basically, he says that it's a drain on energy, it's bad for the environment, climate change, I believe in climate change to an extent, but it has been proven that you can use 100% geothermal energy to mine Bitcoin, just like El Salvador is doing. Okay. And there's tweets. You guys can go ahead and pull these old posts up. And basically, he's like anti-POW and wants Bitcoin to convert to proof of stake, from proof of work to proof of stake. Proof of work is a lot more secure than proof of stake. Okay. It's more decentralized, and it's also, it's a lot more, it makes the network more secure. Do I have anything against proof of stake? No, I do not. But at the same time, it is what it is, okay? So they're pulling up all these tweets, and they're saying that Ripple is lobbying against the Bitcoin strategic reserve, but I don't really see evidence of that. Just because in the past Garlinghouse said things about Bitcoin doesn't necessarily make that true. However, if you do look in some of their documents, they are a banker's coin, okay? They are a banker's coin. And just because there's a banker's coin doesn't mean I'm not going to hold it, doesn't mean I'm not going to support the XRP army, because that's retail. And one key thing here that a lot of people are missing is that both the Bitcoin maxis and both the folks at Ripple, the higher ups, they're not advocating for retail. I have not heard one person in crypto advocate for retail and the removal of the accredited investor law since Trump became president. And that's problematic. And the reason why it's problematic is because in the United States of America, approximately 85% of us are not accredited investors. And accredited investors get better, they get privileges that we don't when it comes to traditional financial products. So both Bitcoin maxis and the XRP army, you guys really need to take that into account, okay? Because that's problematic, extremely problematic. Now, at the end of the day, you want to hold XRP? Great. You want to hold Bitcoin? Great, fantastic. But we cannot be fighting against each other. And now let's kind of bring it back in and talk about the Bitcoin stockpile, because that's the thing that's what started this whole entire thing. The Bitcoin stockpile is it doesn't indicate in the executive order if the United States of America would be buying crypto. It's basically crypto that was confiscated. And even if the United States of America does decide to start purchasing certain cryptos, or after they IPO and kind of do it like they do with stocks and bonds or whatever that is, I don't really have an issue with that, okay? Because I believe everybody has a seat at the table. Is Ripple centralized? I believe it is, the company. Is Bitcoin centralized? It's not right now, but it's getting towards that. So at the end of the day, this discourse is stupid. It's actively stupid. Also, too, quick little side note regarding Litecoin. Litecoin is like a fork of Bitcoin, and a lot of people are not talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it and kind of talk about how this ties in. So Litecoin's Charlie Lee basically tried to help the Bitcoin max, or try to help Bitcoin's cause, tried to go to El Salvador, do all of these things, and the Bitcoin maxis kind of stopped him. Okay, they pushed him out. And the reason why that's problematic is because a lot of these Bitcoin maxis, they claim Bitcoin purity. They're toxic, they're rude, they're nasty. Retail doesn't want to deal with them because that type of behavior is ridiculous. And on top of it, a lot of these guys have past investing into all of that stuff. And that's, again, where it gets a little bit problematic. So you can't sit here and be nasty to somebody when you've done the same thing. Anyways, with that being said, the moral of the story here is that Bitcoin will get a strategic reserve. I feel very, very confident. In the Bitcoin strategic reserve, I don't think there should be other altcoins mixed with it. I think it should just be purely Bitcoin. If the United States of America wants to then do a crypto digital stockpile, however they decide to do that, whether it's coins that have been confiscated or investments, that's a separate story. So we need to take a step back, and we really, 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 really need to kind of pay attention to what's happening. And at the end of the day, it seems like a distraction for all of us to fight amongst each other when we need to be coming together and pushing for equal rights for retail investors, because we are not poor and stupid. I own XRP. I own Bitcoin. Me personally, Bitcoin always comes first because Bitcoin is queen bee. I think Bitcoin is a little bit more decentralized and the most decentralized project out there. However, the community backing it, the maxis, they're not really nice people. They're really mean and rude to a lot of people. And it really goes against what Bitcoin's ethos is. Bitcoin is created for the people, by the people. Okay? Now, XRP. I support the XRP army, the retail. I support Ripple's fight against the SEC. But at the end of the day, I believe that XRP is a banker's coin. And that's not a bad thing. It was literally created for cross-border payments. That makes it a freaking banker's coin. And if you read in their documentation, they talk about climate change and energy and all that stuff. And also, too, they have RLUSD, which is a stable coin. And they talk about CBDCs and all of that stuff. And that's problematic because we don't want a CBDC. But again, we are going to get a CBDC. It's going to be either with USDC or RLUSD, in my personal opinion. So I can still hold XRP, but think it's a banker's coin and support the community. And I can still hold Bitcoin. And, that's something that I'm going to be holding long term, like gold, whatever, and still support the Bitcoin community. But I think that there needs to be like a middle ground, and all the fighting needs to stop. So basically, that's what happened in the last 24 hours. It's an absolute hot mess. Maxis are fighting with XRP army. Litecoin is like, what the heck is going on? But at the end of the day, you guys, this is probably going to be the most bullish cycle we will ever see in crypto. So make sure you're hedged. Make sure you know what you're doing. I personally believe that everybody should own at least $1,000 of Bitcoin, just because I'm petty, and Germany sold and only has like 600 worth. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day. I will be back tomorrow around, I'm not sure when to live stream. It kind of depends. I'm having somebody come over to, I forgot the whole Elon thing. Elon Musk, really, really quickly. He's actually speaking, per Bloomberg, he's speaking with, different companies, different blockchain companies, to essentially put all of government spending on the blockchain for transparency. And that's stuff we should be focusing on, because we will basically, all the government spending, we would be able to track 24/7, 365, all of their spending as taxpayers, which we need transparency. Okay, bye. Love you guys. Bye.